Hey guys, welcome back to Vallone's RC Hobby, the channel that brings you life, liberty, and the pursuit of RC action. Guys, what we have here today is another Banggood special. Thank you, Banggood, for sending us this car to review. And it is the Eachine 1/12 scale Desert Buggy EAT04, EAT04, or the Desert Eagle. Or the Fayou FY03, rebranded, brushed. Let's get to it. So here we are, the Eachine, the EAT04, or the Fayou FY03. This is a rebranded car. It's 1/12 scale Desert Buggy. Guys, they gotta come up with some better names for these cars. They need something a little more memorable. These names are just a little
out there.
Yeah, they're out there. I want to remember the names of my cars, except for these numbers. EAT04. I don't know. Regardless, 1/12 scale Buggy. This is under $100, anywhere between $80 to $100. You can compare it to the other brand that's out there and see price comparison there and see which one's cheaper or not. Go with the cheaper one because they're the exact same car. This is the brush version. They do have a brushless version out as well. The brush version here is a 390 motor, I believe. And the brushless version was pretty cool. I took a look at that on Tom Lee's RC channel, and it's an outrunner motor, which actually you see it spinning from the outside, which is pretty interesting. I've never seen one of those before. But we're going to pop the top on this, and I'll show you what's going on the inside. But you got a solid rear axle here, and you do have a metal body, which is pretty cool, and this will flip up and over. Tire compound feels pretty good. I don't feel any foam in here or anything like that. You do have a spare tire that can also be replaced. If you wanted to use that on the car as well. Shocks are not oil-filled shocks. Of course, it's a little bouncy. The front feels a little bit better than the rear. Kind of bouncy, kind of like a basketball, right? But again, what do you want for under $100? I mean, it's pretty well built, I gotta say. And yeah, Eachine is, you know, they've been putting their names on some ground cars. They've been in the drone world for quite some time, and they're dipping their fingers into the car world. If you can see one of my reviews I did on my channel really early, they rebranded the ZD Racing Pirates 3 to their own monster truck. Again, the Eachine, I think it was EAT03, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, I already forgot. So that was the ZD Racing Pirates 3, 1/8 scale, 4-wheel drive monster truck. This also is 4-wheel drive, so that's pretty cool too. It does come with extra pinion gear, so if you want to go rock crawling or you want to do some speed runs with it, I'm going to keep the pinion in here for now. Maybe later on down the line we'll do some speed runs with this. But I got the controller here, which is pretty cool. And this is interesting. I've never seen actually one of these in person, where the wheel flips in and out if you're a righty or a lefty guy, which is pretty cool. You got your trigger stick here, and they do have a setting here if you want it, you know, 70-30 or 50-50, depending. Rule of thumb, do this when the controller is off. So basically, you have more throw for trigger if you want the 70-30, so you get some more throttle out of it, I guess. And then you do have this weird thing that's in the back. It comes with a key, and you turn this key, gives you high speed or low speed. If you're a beginner, you want to, you know, try it out low speed. It's pretty slow. Even on high speeds, I'm not expecting this thing to do any more than, say, 20, 25 miles an hour. So it's meant for some off-road stuff. So we'll do a little bit of that. But, you know, pretty cool. Steering dual rate, steering trim as well on the controller. And they give you some extra stuff in the box that I'm going to show you in a few seconds. We'll pop the top, take a look at it, what's underneath. Before we do, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I'll be bringing you content like this each and every week in the RC world. And yeah, feeling like a kid again. Hope you guys are healthy and safe and going out and having fun. All right, let's pop the top. So look at this little guy. Pretty badass looking. I like this thing. I mean, it looks pretty damn cool. It feels solid, I got to say. It has a nice solid feel to it. Definitely for something to be under $100. It's got a really nice feel to it. I like the way the body feels. Nice metal body. Now, to pop this body off the chassis, there's a few screws you got to take out. I think 6 in total. No, actually more than that. You're talking 8 in total. So I have 2 up here. If you can see that, 1, 2, see these 2 screws. Then you got 2 screws underneath here that holds the battery in, the battery tray area. I don't know if you can see that here. These 2 screws come out. And then you have 4 screws under here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2mm Allen head screws. And then this should pivot up and out of the way. And here's our little chassis. I actually like the layout. Pretty cool. Here's your shocks again. Nothing oil filled. I think you can maybe turn these oil if you want. Maybe put some rubber O-rings in them. I'm not really sure. If you guys want to chime in below about that, that'd be great. You got one of those, again, 2-in-1 ESC jobbers here. They say it's 40 amps, so maybe it can take a 3S battery. So you got, again, your 5-prong servo plug here. So if you did want to do any sort of upgrading on this car, you would have to go through changing your receiver, your ESC, servo, that sort of thing. Brushed motor. They do have the brushless that's out there. It has a heat sink on it here. So, yeah, we'll have to see if this could take 3S. I'd be interested to try that out. Got your links up here. I don't see really anything adjustable on this to say adjust camber or toe in, toe out. So it's pretty much all plastic, it seems. So your arms are plastic. Got a little bit of metal down in here, but for the most part, this is a plastic machine. The body is what's making it feel a little more solid, as it's a nice metal steel cage. So rear shocks here. Again, solid rear axle, and very bouncy. But again, it's $80, $90, $100 or so. Ready to run. The tires actually feel pretty good. I'd be interested to test these out on like the WL toys or something. So pretty cool. Close this up. Let's show you what also comes into the box, and then we'll take it for a rip. So here's your 2S LiPo. Like I said, this is very common, 1500 milliamp. So pretty cool. Here's your controller, 2.4 gigahertz. Here's the switch, lefty or righty. Pretty cool. Here's then again your 70-30 or your 50-50 switch. So you drop that down 50-50, so it's like even front and back. I'll probably leave it like this, give me some more throw. And then you got your steering dual rate, steering trim up here, and then that's about it. And then the silly thing that they got back here, we're going to take this off, and of course we want to key this to a higher speed. So we got that. That's out of the way. Here's some extra tools, or actually extra parts they give you here. These look like axle extenders. Got some rubber O-rings here. Got some other stuff in here. I don't really know. These cylindrical pieces. Guys, fill me in. They got some washers. Got some extra pins, I guess, for the hubs. So pretty cool there. Cheesy ass charger. Again, it's going to take forever to probably charge this car, and it does have the Euro connection. So unless you have that adapter while you're in the United States, you won't be able to use this. So get yourself a hobby grade charger. And then here's another declaration sheet or another information sheet, and telling you how to set things up. So always good to go through this stuff, and you know, when you're looking at things for the first time when you get your vehicle in. And then here's your manual, and they give you some extra tools here as well. A couple Allen wrenches, your wrench, and then you got some two extra pinion gears here, which is interesting. That's cool. I guess I did hear one's for crawling and one's for speed. So I'll be interested to try that out. And then here are your keys to set your controller for, I guess, beginner or advanced, slow or fast, that sort of thing. And then here's your sticker sheet. So if we're really into this car, and if I get really into this car, maybe I'll put my own, I'll put some stickers on here and some of my own, and keep this one on the shelf. But again, let's take this out for a rip, guys. I'm pretty excited here. I think it looks awesome. Let's go have some fun. So there you have it, guys. The Eachine EAT04 1/14 scale desert buggy. Thank you, Banggood, for letting me review this car. A lot of fun. Again, I feel like I was a kid again. And I think this is a perfect little car for a little guy, a little kid that's looking to get into the hobby, or even a beginner, someone even an adult who wants to get their fingers wet. You know, this is pretty cool to jump into. It's not super fast. Maybe it's about 15 or 20 miles an hour, but this thing can take a beating. It flips a lot. So if that annoys you, you know, maybe this isn't the vehicle for you. It's got a pretty high ground clearance here. So you take a turn, it's got narrow tires, it's going to flip. But the steel body is going to take a beating. And this thing bounced back on all fours many, many times. And it did some pretty cool stunts. So I was pretty impressed with that. And it's fun. It makes you laugh. You know, so if you want to get into this perfect little car, under $100, you're not going to break the bank. They have the brushless version. So you can go for something like that. Maybe it's a little bit faster. But pretty damn cool. I'd like to try some different pinion gears on this and see how fast I can go. But great for a beginner, guys. A couple gripes that I did have, though, was the battery area. Where the battery strap holds down the battery, it doesn't really hold it down tight enough. I would have liked it if maybe they had a Velcro strap or something to hold that battery in place, but it was flipping and flopping in there. And it was just a matter of time. If I was going to run this car and flip over, the battery was probably going to fly out. So I just used a zippy tie for the time being just to hold the battery down tight. Or you can use some Velcro or some double-sided tape. So if you want to do that. And then the other crazy thing was I did not find an on-off switch on this truck. And I was looking for the life of me. I'm cursing myself. And I'm like, what am I missing here? Where is the on-off switch? And there is no on-off switch. And I looked into the manual, and the manual said you had to pop the body to turn the car on or off. And I was saying to myself, why would I have to undo screws just to turn this thing on and off? I got to take 8 screws out again to turn this on or off. Something doesn't sound right. So, but with a little trial and error, I was able to figure out that you turn the transmitter on, then plug in your battery, and then it finds the signal, and then the car turns on. I plugged the battery in first, then turned the transmitter on, and it just wasn't finding signal with the car. It's so strange. So I don't know how common that is, but to me, I'm used to an on-off switch. So that would have been cool if they would have had one maybe under here, or over here, or just or even under the car, just to turn the car on or off. For the life of me, I couldn't figure it out. But that's my only really 2 gripes with the car. It's super fun, easy to drive. You're going to flip over. You're going to do some stunts with it. Your kid's going to have fun. And in the end, that's what it's all about. So, yeah, the EAT04, or you can get the Fayu, whatever that's called. And that's the replica. And whichever one's cheaper, go with that one. And it's the same exact thing. So this is the black one. I think the other one has some other colors. But pretty cool. So I hope you liked that video. I hope you liked the montage that I put together. And please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I'll be bringing you RC reviews like this each and every week. All right, guys. Well, listen, have a happy and healthy. This is November 2020, right before Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you. And be sure to go out, go play, go RC, have fun, and go escape a little bit. All right, guys. Take care.